That was my first solo project with Cash Money. So, you know, I definitely wanted to represent where I came from. You know, so I told Baby, you know, I wanted to go into Melf and do it.
Tech Nine, one of my best friends. Shout out Tech Nine, man.
For the people who don't know, for the world, who was Tech Nine?
Tech Nine is one of the artists of UNLV that was on Cash Money when they started out independent locally in New Orleans.
I moved in with Baby and Slim for like the summer, and I recorded that album.
When you say moved in, like living with them?
Yeah, I was living with them. I just started pulling off shit, man. You know, I pulled out that pistol and just started robbing. I don't get off parole till 2027. Since I'm fresh out, it's like intense. You know, I'm on an ankle monitor right now. Ankle monitor. That statement you made was recorded and you can't deny that you told it all. You made it clear you wasn't gonna be the only one taking the fall. I never believe in talking the laws. We taking care of all of our problems ourselves. Load up the clips, get dressed in black, and go get them Simmons up off the shelf. This is for any one of you looking too ready to tell something. Say you saw something. I got 500 looking, waiting for me to say get them. They ready to smoke something. I don't know nothing. Don't ask me no questions. I am not Usher. I have no confession. This is not first 48. We don't break down and go tell on ourselves. We the type of don't want to get then go in lay low and chill out in the milk. It's your boy Tech Nine, aka Flexes. One half of UNLV. Shout out to my dog Ya, and we rocking with Video Wayne.
This is some of the hallways right here. It's just another way to get upstairs. A lot of stuff went down in the hallway. Look, this is the elevator right here. It used to work about 2 days till somebody and went in and messed up the wires or used the bathroom in it, whatever it may be, they just destroyed it. Now that go.
Where were you originally from?
The Melpomene, 2318 errata.
2318 errata, the bullet scatter and rat-a-tat-tat another again lay on his back.
How would the project explain Tech, if they had to explain Tech? What would the project say about you then?
The project probably just remember me from playing in front of my house, you know what I'm saying? Moms really ain't let me venture off through the project because the project was rough, dude. You know, when lights go out, it's going down. That's when all of the beef and whoever warred with this side, warred with that side, that's when it went down. So, you know, we was trained, when you hear gunshots, get on the floor, get under the bed or whatever. So, you remember what the name of the Melf was? Like Lil Vietnam.
Mm-hmm. You know the other side, yeah, Martin Luther King side was Lil Vietnam.
Yeah.
We're in the Melpomene project right now.
I was born in the Melpomene, and my mom got married and I moved out when I was 12, so I still was pretty young.
A nigga getting straight am. I got my 14 and nigga, I'm on the ram. Just got a mouthful, nigga, for first to see. I got a beat that looks like a whole key.
What is the ramp?
The ramp, what is that? It's a way to get from one side of the project to the other side of the project. You know, it's kind of like, it's a ramp.
Gotcha. Because you remember when you say when it get dark and shit happen, that's usually where a lot of shit took place.
That's where a lot of shit took place.
And then which takes me to straight from the ramp.
Straight from the ramp.
And we talk about the color, right?
Right.
How did the color come about?
That was my first solo project with Cash Money. So, you know, I definitely wanted to represent where I came from. You know, so I told Baby, you know, I wanted to go into Melf and do it. And once we went back there, you know, he had a lot of little partners that he, you know, had his little 1-2 thing going with. And I had some of my partners that knew me from kids back there. So we just set up on the ramp. Shout out to Skip, my homie Skip gave me the chopper. But the cameraman was kind of spooked out, so he made me take the clip out of it.
A historical picture in the Melpomene, you talk about this photo, right?
Right.
Probably one of the only ones you could find a Birdman, him in the Melf, but him being that young. He was in that picture.
Absolutely. It's like, not anybody gonna be on that picture. You have to be somebody to be on that photo. Actually, Tech Nine gave me a call. Tech Nine gave me a call and said, man, I'm about to do my photo shoot for my album.
He explained his side. He mentioned how to. Well, I'm gonna ask you before I say, but how did the AK get in the picture? I forget.
I really don't remember. I know it was his.
Okay.
Because the ramp was right next to where his apartment was at. You know, his mom's house was at. So he just ran inside and got it.
Nah, we didn't tell Birdman and Slim we were gonna do that because we felt like they would have frowned upon it. But I ran inside and got it and came back with it. Birdman turned around, he was kind of shocked to see me with it, but he green lighted it for us, you know what I'm saying? But Slim the one told us, man, y'all make sure y'all take one out that chamber and take that clip out.
And I remember that the cameraman Cause I'm aiming it at the camera like that, and the cameraman was like, "Hold up, man! Oh, you gotta unload that if you want to use that." You know what I'm saying? So he made me take the clip out. You know, I caught some flack for it too, cause a couple of people like who really know how to dissect pictures. You know, they got always a motherfucker like that. Like, man, he got a chopper, he ain't got no clip in it.
Tech 9, one of my best friends. Shout out Tech 9, man.
For the people who don't know, for the world, who is Tech 9?
Tech 9 is one of the artists of UNLV that was on Cash Money when they started out independent locally in New Orleans.
This is Skip, straight head buster, Ripper, this motherfucker brother right there, this sick with it, you heard me? He's super stupid. Don't play crazy. You know what I'm saying? Got some real silly niggas out here right now, you hear me?
Whatever these streets, homie,
these niggas, they take baths with burners, you heard me?
How would the project explain them at that time, Skip and Clee?
What they call steppers, you know what I'm saying? Now, Clee was real young, you know. Skip around my age or maybe a year older, or either he's right there with me, you know. So if we interacted or played outside or whatever, it would have been with Skip. I don't really remember Clee, you know, until he started getting older, you know what I'm saying? Then I realized, I knew they was brothers because I knew they had two boys in the house, you know what I'm saying? But you know, Skip was more, you know, my peers, you know what I'm saying?
We whole shop 2519 Melpomene. No rocks, everything straight off the triple beam. Doors locked, you ain't raping me in my truck and get buck busted and fuck a nigga head up. Choppers out, rail sit. Choppers out, kiss the ball when I send your duck ass straight to the mall.
You remember Uncle Larrell being back there? You a cool Uncle Larrell?
Larrell is a real close friend of ours. You know, if Larrell was in here right now, I probably wouldn't be able to keep a straight face because he gonna crack jokes. And, you know, that's my partner, you know.
This don't just happen, you know what I'm saying? Ask them how we rock. Ask them about Larrell. Ask them. Why would you hip?
Larrell was a big influence on Yellow. Yellow used to really idolize Larrell.
You remember the song Yellow Boy? They released on Yellow Boy. It was after he died, though. A song he got called "Don't You Be Greedy." You remember that song? That "Don't You Be Greedy"?
Yeah. Don't you be greedy? Yeah,
Don't you be greedy?
Yeah. All right.
That's Larrell's song. When I first heard it, I'm like, man, Larrell dropped this bitch, and it's like Yellow. I'm like, this bitch gave Yellow that song.
My dog will be home with a story to tell. You see, y'all know I'm talking about. Don't you be greedy.
On that "Don't You Be Greedy" and shit like that, that come from Larrell. You know, Yellow had to go to Larrell and get permission. Yellow didn't write that. Larrell wrote that. And he got permission from Larrell to go ahead and do it because we was already on a platform. But Larrell was a heavy influence on Yellow as far as like being tricky with words and, you know.
Was it ever a point maybe they would have started a group, Yellow and Larrell?
I don't think they ever got serious with it, but in school they used to stand around and make songs. Him, Larrell, Lil Cupcake, rest in peace to Lil Cupcake, you know. Lil Cupcake, that's pretty much where Yellow get Eddie Bauer from. Cupcake used to do a little dance, but in Yellow, you know, they clown around a lot, and then Yellow took that shit and turned it into a song.
Shaking it up hands and you take another chance. Want you twerk with your legs, now you're doing my dance. Want you bow, 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 bow.
Birdman's presence, and I know you said you was young too, so I'm not sure if this would bring any memories or any understanding, but Bird being from or being represented by the Magnolia and being not even from the Melf, but so why would you say he was so respected and so loved back there?
I guess he had a couple of people that he dabbled in the game with back there. Because when we went back there, you know, a couple of people were like, "What's up, B, Bubba?" You know, he had a few little nicknames or whatever. So they definitely knew who he was, and you know, they opened the door for. We had a pass that day. You know, nobody fuck with us, and then, you know, Skip was well respected back there. So, you know, I'm from there, but I didn't grow up in there, and let's say I wasn't in the streets in the Melf, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, by me starting to make a name in music, and I made sure I represent the Melf and said I'm from the Melf, so that's what gave me the respect. The guys was like, okay, you know, he ain't forgot where he came from, you know what I'm saying? I moved in with Baby and Slim for like the summer, and I recorded that album.
When you say moved in, like living with him?
Yeah, I was living with him out in New Orleans East.
But they wasn't Birdman and Slim today. Then they were still hustling. They were trying to get. This was before the $30 million too, though, right?
Yeah, it was before the $30 million. But them niggas still was rich. You got to think about. All right, when I did the solo album, that was right after Mac Mel Calio and after 6 and Barone. And you know, those albums sold thousands and hundreds of thousands of copies. You know what I'm saying? 30, 40, 50, 60, going into the 100,000 copies. And you gotta think, you know, burning and dubbing CDs and tapes wasn't out then. So you getting $15.99 for a CD, $8.99 for a tape. So you multiply that. So, you know, we made a lot of money together. You got to think about when we first hooked up with them, we was recording in Manny Fresh kitchen. You know, we sitting on crates, Yellow in that corner, that corner. And you know, once we dropped that album, you know, that opened the doors for us to start using, you know, state-of-the-art high-tech studios, and everybody else behind us was able to use them studios, because now we can really afford to, you know, pay for good studios now, because that you was putting them numbers down.
Fresh up out the can, man, I know you're feeling great. I saw it on your face when you walked out the gate.
So how long has it been since you been home?
I got out October 26th.
Okay.
A couple of weeks.
How long you been gone for?
6.5. Damn. Too long, man.
Can you talk about what happened?
To be honest with you, man, I got off heavy. My drug addiction caught up with me, and once that got so heavy, I just started pulling off shit, man. You know, I pulled out that pistol and just started robbing. And I run off into these little cash stores and robbing them, and I wind up getting caught up. They put me on the news and all that. So I'm not no hardcore criminal. I've done things, but I'm just not waking up in the morning planning on how to do this, that, and the other. And I know the core reason that I was in prison was because of my addiction. If I wasn't addicted to heroin, I wouldn't have pulled off no robbery. You know what I'm saying? No doubt.
I come behind you in the FE, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, Tech and Yellow was holding it down, you know what I'm saying? That's who real Cash Money.
I was thinking Cash Money. I was thinking Turk and BG. Was it around the same time?
It started a little bit before that. You know, when they came around, you know, when I say we, me and Yellow, we was already dibbling and dabbling, you know what I'm saying? And my drug was heroin, and my first time trying it was when rest in peace, Big Rufus got out. And you know, me and him locked in real tight, and that was like my play pops. You know, I saw him doing it. You know, I asked for it. He gave it to me. So once it started, now my body needs that heroin. You know, you do that shit like 5-6 days in a row. Any opioid, the pills, the drink, you do that shit a week, 2 weeks
bro,
straight.
and when you started at that time, how old were you about?
Like my early 20s, man.
Okay. Yeah. And BG and Turk, they were 13, 14, 15, 16?
They was teenagers. I don't know the exact age.
Okay.
You know,
would you ever say you doing it was an influence on them? Could you say that?
I can definitely say that, because at that time we glorified it. If you go back and listen to that old Cash Money records, we had a song called "Need a Bag of Dope."
I don't start no coke, don't smoke no geeks. I'm just a dope lord nigga from that one. Yes, I'm ducking. Pop, watch and drop, nigga, because I need a bag of dope tonight.
Not only was it an influence on those guys, it was an influence on our hood, on our city. You know, I used to have guys come up to me high on heroin, thinking that impressed me. They wanted me to know they was on heroin because they done heard that song. So it definitely was a big impression on our city, on our fans. You know what I'm saying? We telling them, you know, to go get dope. You know, unconsciously we was destroying our people.
I woke up with a face full of sweat. I couldn't get no sleep last night because I couldn't get my nose wet.
Most people don't know they're addicted, especially if you got a lot of money and you can wake up and just go buy what you want. But when the day comes that your plug don't have it or you can't buy what you want, then you realize you got an addiction. But most people don't even know that. They stop taking it for 3 days. And I guarantee you're going to have the sweats, the shits, the jitters, and all that there. And that's going to let you know you're addicted. And you're not going to be able to function the way you need to function without it. You ain't trying to talk. You ain't trying to be a family man. You don't want love. You don't want work. You don't want to do nothing until you get that drug in your body. Then you're going to feel like you want to feel. You know what I'm saying?
Feel normal to yourself.
Yeah, you're going to feel normal.
Tech, you already know. You're in LV for life, baby. Believe that.
Welcome home, bro. Can't wait till you get out there. Ain't seen you in a minute since the Melp days, third wall.
Were you locked up with anybody that was famous?
No, not where I was at. I actually wound up being the same cell Pimp C was in. That's the cell that I was assigned. Miraculously, I don't know how that happened. But he was there.
How'd you know that? That's what people were saying?
Yeah, once everybody, you know, they had a few people who knew who I was, and they was like, damn, what, that's a rapper cell? You know, Pimp C was in that same cell. And then, you know, when I got in locked up, I enrolled in school. And the teacher knew who I was, and she told me, you know, he was the librarian. You know, he had his job assignment was in the library. That's probably about the only famous person that ran through the same prison that I was in.
You on any parole, probation, anything like that?
Yeah, I'm on parole. I don't get off parole till 2027.
And what does that consist of?
Piss tests, monthly visits. Right now, since I'm fresh out, it's like intense. You know, I'm on an ankle monitor right now. You dig? I got the ankle monitor on. So they know I'm right here, right now, talking to you.
Oh, is that camera on?
Yeah.
Let me show them something.
He said, is that camera on?
You on my podcast right now.
See this motherfucker right here, this brown folder? This gonna change everything. Over with. It's over with. I mean that.
I decided that I was gonna hustle alone, cause most of these niggas gonna tell. I know you were ready, you made the call, you took the stand on my little dog. That statement you made was recorded and you can't deny that you told it all. You made it clear you wasn't gonna be the only one taking the fall. I never believe in talking the laws, we taking care of all of our problems ourselves. Load up the clips, get dressed in black, and go get them Simmons up off the shelf. This is for any one of you bitch niggas who ready to tell something, say you saw something. I got 5 hungry waiting for me to say get them, they ready to smoke something. I don't know nothing, don't ask me no questions. I am not Usher, I have no confession. This is not first 48, we don't break down and go tell on ourselves. We the type of don't want to get then go in there low and chill out in the milk. Now how do you tell if one of you is solid? Tell him you're broke. If he still rocking, keep it again by your side, cause that is the one that gonna ride or die. I got nobody ride shotgun, cause I ride round with a shotgun. Got a pistol grip, semi-automatic and a snitch again, catch a hot one. Decided that I was gonna hustle alone. Most of these niggas gonna tell. I know you were ready, you made the call and took the stand on my little dog.
Yeah, yes indeed. You ain't losing it at all, right?
I've been right. Bad motherfucker.
You only make money, man.
The name of this tablet is Bad Motherfucker.
What would you say is the hardest thing to adjust that you're adjusting to right now? Next thing should be on.
Man, really everything, man. Everything. Playing with the phone and, you know, the internet. I see that shit done got real goofy now. You know, everybody seem like they beefing with each other on the internet, man. I don't understand that shit. You know, ain't no talking no more. Everybody get on the internet to express how they feel or express their opinion about the next man. And I'm really under the old law. If I got a problem with you, I'm gonna call you and express that problem and see how we can work it out. If we can't work it out, and we just gonna have to do what we gotta do. But you know, I ain't finna get on the internet and try to shit on no man or, you know, and really, to be honest with you, dog, I don't even know how. I ain't gonna be able to handle that, you know. I'm head first. If you coming for me, I'm head first. I don't know if I can handle that internet beef shit. I ain't finna spitbox with nobody on no internet, you know what I'm saying?